Welcome to Om Times TV, a division of Om Times Media and Broadcasting. Welcome to Ascending with Venus Castleberg, a space where we explore the journey of spiritual awakening, expanding your consciousness and raising your frequency to create a whole new world. We'll dive into the possibilities that open up when you choose to follow the whispers and trust your inner knowing. Each episode is designed to guide you in expanding your awareness, tuning into your intuition, and discovering the magic of your life every day. We'll talk about living aligned with your soul's purpose, going beyond limitations and creating a life and a world worth celebrating. You are here to embrace who you truly are and step into the infinite potential that's waiting for you. Let's ascend together. And now, here is your host, Venus Castleberg.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome so much to Ascending. I'm so excited to be here with you. We have a new broadcast, and it's called Ascending, and I wonder where we'll go now. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome. Welcome, everyone listening. I really encourage you at any point today, now and in the future. Hello, Christina. Welcome to comment, to like, to share. You can share this video anywhere you like, and also to call in and ask questions. And of course, I can't remember the phone number at this 10 seconds, but we'll put it in the comments. So you can call in, you can get coaching, you can ask questions, you can just talk to me. I'm actually a nice person, easy to talk to. Or you can just sit back and receive. So you never have to call in if you're uncomfortable calling in, but I do love talking to people live whenever possible. So I just wanted to set that up on our first episode of Ascending. And yes, 202-570-7057 is the phone number, and it's in the comments. So you can call in anytime and ask questions. Today, we're talking about the journey of ascension, embracing the path to spiritual awakening. I don't know about you, but sometimes spiritual awakening is a little bit challenging. I'm not going to lie. It can be really uncomfortable sometimes, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like all of the things. And first of all, I'm just going to tell you right now that you're not alone. You don't have to go through it alone. You are not crazy. You're opening up is what's happening. It's called a spiritual awakening because you're waking up in a way. You're waking up to a whole other realm and reality that's always been there, but that perhaps you couldn't see or perceive, or you maybe didn't even really know because maybe just life kind of happened, right? A lot of us got married young and had babies, and that was what our life was about. And then when the babies grow up and they move out, or sometimes somebody you love dies, there's what's called a spiritual awakening. Hi, Simon, welcome. So that spiritual awakening is a change. It's something changes. Basically, the way that you've been doing life and how you've been doing life can no longer go that direction because you're no longer that person. When you have a spiritual awakening, you become more aware. You just know that spirits are real. You know that angels are real. However it happens for you. You might see them, you might feel them, you might just know them, or just have this knowing that there's more to life than what you've been living. And I will emphasize it over and over and over again to be really gentle with yourself during this process. Be very kind to yourself. Be compassionate. Take it easy. Give yourself space. Relax. Take a breath. Take a lot of breaths. Breathe in, exhale out, take a bath, Get out in nature. Like, do all the things that nurture you and make you feel more comfortable, more at ease, more peaceful, right? But whatever you have to do to just give yourself the allowance to be with this awakening process, to be with whatever it is that you are now aware of that maybe before you were never aware of. Maybe you imagined that it was possible, or you knew somebody that had an ability to channel or to see spirits, or you knew somebody who could feel energy and you thought, oh, that's really cool. And then one day you wake up and you're like, wow, that's today. That's happening today. So allowing yourself to just relax into it, to just be with that energy and that awareness as you are awakening, because we are all ascending to a new dimension and a new reality. Many of you, maybe if you're listening to this, then you probably have already heard that, we were going from third to fifth dimension. And that's true. And many of us are already in fifth dimension. And those of us that are on the planet and are light workers, which is probably you if you're listening to this and watching this, you wouldn't be drawn to this otherwise, right? Hello, Sean. Welcome. So you are ascending, and if you're a light worker, you're going from fifth dimension to seventh dimension right now. And that's uncomfortable sometimes. It's unfamiliar. It's different, right? But it is part of our evolution and part of our ascension, to be quite literal. So sometimes it's going to be blissful and easy and exciting, and other times it's going to be uncomfortable and possibly painful. You might have some physical side effects because the body has to adjust to the new vibration. And I'll talk more about that on next week's live stream, because we're going to talk about the physical body and the ascension process for sure. But, just so you have an overview of kind of the ascension process and how to navigate the stages of ascension and the different feelings and emotions and stuff that just might come up as you're going through your own process. And you might get frustrated. You might get angry. You might be like it. I will tell you this: when you start to vibrate at a different frequency, when you start to really ascend, when you move from one dimension to another dimension, anything that was part of the past or part of another reality or part of another dimension has to be let go, so that you can be in this new energy, so that you can be in this new vibration. So there's going to be stuff, right? And it doesn't have to be hard. I'm not saying it has to be hard. I'm not saying that you have to go through, a complete physical metamorphosis, although you might. But just like that willingness to know, and maybe I hope it creates ease for you, because it definitely created ease for me when I realized that was what was happening with me. Many of you may have heard of Dark Night of the Soul or Saturn Return, right? Both of those things are a transformation of what was to what wants to be now, or what is coming into form now. So the past, the things the caterpillar has to shed being the caterpillar to become the butterfly. When you do any of these three processes that I just named, the Saturn return, dark night of the soul, ascension process. All of those are that transfiguration, transformation, transmodification. Anyway, you get the idea. So it's all of those things. Like you're changing, and when you change, I know there tends to be this want to hold on to what's familiar, to hold on to what you bought as real and true, or maybe even what you bought as your own belief system at one point in time. And I'm just going to challenge you. For one, ask questions. Ask, does this belief system actually still serve me now? Is this really true for me now? Maybe it was at one point. You're not wrong if it was true for you at one point, but maybe it's not true for you now. Many of you may be like me. I definitely had my very religious time in my life. And I I thought that was the answer for me at that time. And at that time, it was perfect. And then there became a time when it was no longer who I was or what I actually believed. And the turning point for me was I couldn't believe in a God that was sitting up there judging me as wrong when the teachings would go from God is unconditionally loving to you, but you're a sinner and now you have to repent. I'm not here to change anybody's religion. I'm just sharing my personal journey. And just like I always say, if I say anything that does not resonate with you or does not ring true for you, is not light for you, please, 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 please throw it away. I'm not here to convince you of my point of view. I'm here to share my experiences. And if it's light for you and it resonates for you, then awesome. It probably is true for you. But if it's heavy and it's not, you can just throw it away, because you're going to have your life and your journey and your path, which is going to be completely different than mine. There just might be, there just might be some things that maybe you've never heard of or you've never tried on. And you could just look at it for yourself and see what's really true for you. And Simon says, yes, spiritually, not religious. Yep, that's me too. Nowadays. But there was a time when it worked for me, right? And I thought that was the answer for me. And there was a time when I was a full-time massage therapist, and I really do believe in the power of touch and the healing properties of massage. And is it my, number one thing anymore? No, it's not, because I love actually talking to you and sharing wisdom and insights that I've learned over the years, right? So, but whatever it is, it could be a modality that you used to do for a long time and then now you're not doing anymore. Or it could be food that you used to eat that suddenly when you eat it, your body's like, that's gross, right? That's part of all of these changes. When you change so dynamically at the cellular level, there's going to be things that just don't resonate, don't work for you anymore. And food can be one of them. It can be like, maybe you used to eat a lot of sugar and now your body's like, I just can't do sugar. I used to drink a lot of alcohol. My body just really can't do alcohol anymore. But that's just, I know now that doesn't work for me now. Now, might that change again tomorrow or in the next, transformation phase of my life? Absolutely. There could be a total shift again. So not necessarily getting fixated on like whatever is resonating and true for you now and not giving it space to change can also create a little bit of discomfort, because it's like you can just allow yourself to be in the change, whatever the change is for you and however it comes up for you. Cool. And I guess a great question to just ask you, and you can all look at this for yourselves, but are you ready to rise into the next phase of your spiritual evolution? And you can comment. I'd love to hear from you. Like, are you ready to move to a different vibration, to another frequency that's probably even greater than the one that you've been in now? Usually that's the outcome. But I will say this, the getting to the other side, I love that. Sorry. Yes. Getting to the other side can often feel like you're being squeezed through a tube of toothpaste. So when you're being squeezed out the other side, or you're coming out, the caterpillar is breaking out of the chrysalis to fly, right? That takes a little bit of work and a little bit of energy, like that requires this effort to get you through the dark night of the soul, or through the discomfort, so that you can then open to the new energy, be in the new vibration, be in the new dimensions, right? That are so much lighter and so much easier. The people, and they're not wrong, but just know that, like, the people that are still fighting wars and still in that, fight or flight energy, are still very much in the third dimension, right? Third dimension is a reality of fighting, of I'm right, you're wrong, judgment, right? That's all kind of that third dimension. So when you stop being in judgment of yourself or judgment of others, you also are allowing yourself to ascend, to be in a different frequency. And one of my greatest tricks, and I'll say it probably on every episode because it's so true and it has worked so well for me, is that energy of gratitude. Judgment and gratitude cannot exist in the same place. So if you can find something to be grateful for about you, about that person, about the situation, about being uncomfortable, about whatever physical ailments you might have right now, right? If you can find gratitude for it, because there is a beauty underneath it. There is something that is conspiring for you, never against you, even when it's really uncomfortable and not that much fun. And I get it. Pain and suffering and sadness and stuff is not fun. But if you can look at it like, okay, I'm going through this dark night of the soul, or this energy that's not fun or is uncomfortable, but I do know, maybe you can't see it yet, but maybe you can act as if you know that there's light on the end of the tunnel, that there's definitely an energy and emotion and a direction that you're headed. And to just be in that, okay, I'm going to go through this. It's kind of like, I don't know, I'm thinking in metaphors today, and they all have to do with like bathroom cleanliness. So brushing your teeth and now taking a shower. Like, I don't know if you've ever been like really muddy and really dirty, right? So, but like if you ever were like really muddy or really dirty, chances are you were doing some very hard work. Maybe you were digging in the garden, or you were doing construction, or you were, I don't know, cleaning out a cesspool or something, like whatever. Like there's all sorts of things, right? But there's like this, like really dirty, hard work to get through this thing, to fix this thing, to create this thing, right? And then when you're done, it's done, and you get into that hot shower and you wash off all the dirt, and you just have this sense of satisfaction and great job, I made it through. Now, again, I'm not saying you have to be going through hard stuff right now, but if you are, if you're getting triggered or things are coming up for you right now, then just keep going. Take 2 more steps, and then take 2 more steps. because you are going through that transformation that requires you to shed the old and come out with clean in the new, like you just took a shower after all that hard work, right? Just think about how good you feel when you come out of a shower and you completed that hard task that you had to do. And how accomplished you feel too. Like, oh, I did it. Another thing that might be difficult, sometimes we go through divorces or breakups, right? And divorces and breakups are not fun most of the time. I'm not going to say they aren't all the time, but most of the time they're not fun, right? But when you get to the other side of it, or maybe a few years down the road, you get down the road and you're like, wow, I'm really glad that didn't work out. I'm really glad that I'm not still with that person, and that maybe you met somebody new, or you're just in a way different energy because you're not in that toxic relationship or that relationship that really wasn't serving you. Whatever it is. But there are all sorts of things that can happen in the ascension process, and having past relationships that are no longer serving you and them going away from you is one of them. Because not everybody wants to go where you're going. Not everybody wants to vibrate at the frequency you want to vibrate at. But if you're here and you're listening to this now or in the future, I'm going to tell you, I already know that you know something else is possible, and you're asking for something else that's possible. Meaning you want a life of greater ease and joy, right? And as you ascend, as you become this new frequency, life does get easier. It does become more vibrant and alive. But you're not wrong, but if you keep going to the judging yourself or making yourself wrong or making your situation wrong or making whatever wrong, if you're still in that judgment, you're still bringing yourself down to the lower frequencies. So today, I'd like to just invite you to, how do you let go of judgment? How do you let go of the places where you think that you're wrong, so that you can really move into this higher frequency that is love and joy and peace and ease and gratitude and magic and miracles? It's all available for you. But if you're still in that space of wrongness, of how wrong you are, then it's going to be a lot harder to see the magic and the miracles and to see how amazing you are. So would you be willing to let go of all the places that you are wrong, that you judge yourself as wrong, that you judge your body as wrong, and just be grateful for your life, grateful for you, be as amazing and wonderful and talented as you truly are? I wonder what that would be like. So anywhere where you aren't willing to, or haven't been willing to see how amazing and miraculous you are, and have been choosing judgment, can we throw the judgment and the wrongness into the violet flame and just let it go? Let yourself let go of all the things that are no longer serving you or that are making your life more difficult. Judgment, by the way, does make your life more difficult. I'm just going to say, judging anything, judging yourself, judging others, judging what you're learning, comparing things. Comparing is judgment. Judgment makes life really hard and is part of why people are still fighting wars and still fighting, right? Because somebody has to be right, somebody has to be wrong. What if there was no right or wrong? I wonder what else would be possible. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. We're going to take a short break and we'll come back and talk some more in just a couple minutes.
Times TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Om Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Om Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Om Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Om Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Om Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Om Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome forward. Thank you, everyone, again for being here now and in the future. If you have any questions on anything I'm talking about, or the Ascension process, or maybe anything that's going on for you, please feel free to call in at 202-570-7057. I'm here for you and happy to talk to you about anything that might be going on for you. Of course, there's lots of different signs. We talked about some of them, of course, but signs that you're awakening. Definitely a sensitivity to energy, synchronicities, shifts in perception, meaning your shifts in perception, like your ability to perceive energy or perceive. Cool. Welcome, Kelly. That's awesome. Shift in perceptions and just like your shifts in awareness. Like, what are you aware of now that maybe you've never been aware of before? Like, do you walk into a room and you're like, wow, I can totally tell that couple was just fighting, right? So that's awareness. That's perception. You're having a heightened sense of awareness. And that's one of the ways that you can tell that you're in this spiritual awakening, this ascending process. There's a couple of different stages of ascension. There's the initial awakening. That's when you start to realize there's stuff beyond the physical body. And you start to have some like inklings of spiritual concepts. Then you'll have a deepening of awareness, where you begin to kind of question old belief systems. We just talked about that, but like kind of having this, like the way I used to believe, or what I used to believe was real and true, maybe isn't anymore. But then you start to seek, alignment with your spiritual purpose, with your higher purpose that maybe doesn't align with those past beliefs. They don't really fit anymore, per se. And then the transformation, experiencing the profound shifts and just the heightened levels of intuition, and just embracing your spiritual gifts, right? So many of you who are listening are in our Bridging Realms Facebook group. There's a free Facebook group for those of you who aren't in it. It's called Bridging Realms, Empowering Psychic Mediums. And it really is just a place where we can be supportive of everybody's ascension process and spiritual awakenings, and enhance and embrace our spiritual gifts, the capacities that we all have. We have access to all of them, but we can also really hone in and enhance gifts that maybe we've already known that we've always had, or start to tap into some of those. So Simon's empathic. Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. Glad it's contributing. And then the fourth stage is embodiment of higher consciousness. It's where you start to live from that place of inner peace, trust, and connection to source. and you'll have a greater sense of purpose. So if that is our outcome of this ascension process, then that transformation that maybe is a little uncomfortable, hi Lisa, welcome, then perhaps we can just keep looking forward and looking for that embodiment of higher consciousness, that willingness to know that that peace and that knowing is coming even when things are uncomfortable. Yep, going through that, absolutely. And so, some practical tools for helping you on your ascension there, Kelly, and everyone listening, but like self-care, big deal. I mentioned it in the beginning, but just really important. You can definitely mindfulness meditation, lowering your walls and barriers, connecting to the earth, getting out in nature, all very important. Reiki, access bars, like any body processes that you can get will also help to just create more ease in the body, which helps the molecules change with greater ease. Get a massage if you can. And then I always recommend, journaling, kind of reflecting on what's going on for you and just allowing yourself to kind of be with yourself. I do a lot of journaling. I also do this thing called white sheeting. It's actually white sheeting. It's actually like automatic writing. So, but I get big pieces of art, paper, and I just start writing random things, random notes, random things. Maybe it's free flow. Maybe it's a random thought here or there, stuff like that. So, that's a good one, Kimberly. So I'll tell you a little trick. Thank you for bringing that up. So I will tell you right now that if you choose this for you, people will choose it as well. Not everybody, but a lot of people will. Not from you making them, but because you're choosing what's best for you. When you're in a sense of peace and ease and relaxation, people are going to be like, what are you doing different? Why are you so peaceful? You used to be so stressful or whatever, right? So, but if we let go of our attachment to trying to drag them with us, I used to do this too, just so you know, even my current partner, my fiance right now, like there was a time where I was trying to like convince him he needed to make different choices. And then I finally realized that that was actually going to break us up. So I let him just be himself and love him for who he is. And then he went through his own process. And then suddenly he started to blossom and he's starting to go through his own ascension process, but not because I forced him to, but because I had allowance and gratitude for him where he is and let him be himself. And then from there, he had an invitation to change, but I didn't expect him to change. Expecting anybody to change in a relationship is a sure way of ending that relationship. So you can totally ascend and totally be in peace in yourself and allow them to have their journey as well without having to break up. You don't have to be in different places. You just have to find other friends that you can talk to about the spiritual woo-woo stuff, like me. And not feel like you have to talk to your partner about everything. And just from like most men, not all, but most men just are okay not talking about that stuff. So find some girlfriends that are awakening and ascending as well and talk to them instead. And then let him just be. And you'll be surprised. He might actually come along for the ride, but not because you feel like he needs to. Anyway, I hope that contributes. Yep, me too, Lisa. Journaling often becomes automatic writing and sometimes channeled messages. Absolutely. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. I would like to do just hi, Phil, welcome. Nice. Just a brief guided meditation today on trusting the path of ascension. So you can find a comfortable seat, close your eyes, only if you're not driving. Don't drive. And just breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Hi, Bob. Welcome. Breathe in, exhale out. And today we're going to release some resistance and trust your unique path to ascension. Because what's your path is going to be different than everybody else's path. Because it's your path. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out, and relax. Relax your body, relax your mind. Lowering the walls and barriers, even the ones you don't know about. Destroy and uncreate them. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. And expand your awareness, lowering those walls and barriers even more, even more. And all the places where you've tried to get it right and avoid being wrong, lower those walls and barriers even more and more. Breathe in, exhale out, and relax. Breathe in, exhale out, and relax. And I want you to imagine yourself on a path. But this path at first is kind of dark. Maybe it still seems like it's nighttime. But this darkness actually represents limiting beliefs, judgments, points of view, many of the things that are no longer serving you. And as you walk on this path, you just begin to notice that those things start to fall away as if by magic. And as each belief or judgment or wrongness, you begin to shed like layers of clothing. Notice that the path becomes more and more luminous. It becomes more light, more bright. letting go of negativity, emotions, attachments, just shedding like the old skin. You might see yourself even going from a chrysalis to a butterfly, or as a snake shedding its skin. When a snake sheds its skin, it goes through a period of time where things seem very, he seems blinded, or like everything seems to be in shadow, because a snake's skin, also a layer of skin comes off of the eyes. So for a little while, a snake can only perceive through the energy of its tongue and can't see very well. Maybe you're going through that period right now, and so just allow yourself to shed that old skin, to allow yourself to maybe be a little bit blind or uncertain about where you're headed, but to just keep moving and let the darkness fall away and this new light start to shine brighter and brighter as you move up this path. And now imagine a golden light descending, beaming down upon you. This golden light is the higher frequencies of ascension. And let that light fill up your body from the crown of your head down to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Let that golden light fill you up. And as it fills you up and washes away any residuals of darkness, of unease, of pain, of suffering, allow that golden light to just wash over you and bring a sense of peace, ease, and trust in your path. Allowing each breath, breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Allow the breath to help that energy of peace and ease to integrate into every cell, to touch every fiber of your being, to change every molecule. And all the places where you still believe that struggle and pain is more valuable than peace and ease, would you be willing to let that go and throw it into the violet flame? You can have a life filled with peace and ease and joy and magic and miracles and gifts and communion, abundance. The universe desires for you to have all of these things and more. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Allow yourself to feel ease even in the corners of your body that maybe you've never had ease before. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out, and relax. And then maybe reminding yourself that I am safe in this journey of ascension, that the ascension process can be ease. It may not always be easy, but you can have ease with it, meaning you can have a knowing that it's all working out in your favor. Perhaps saying to yourself, I trust my unique path to ascension. I surrender to the ascension process. And I allow ascending to come to me with ease and joy. Whatever it is, just affirm for yourself now whatever you'd like this to be and however you'd like it to come about. I am part of the source energy. I am the source energy. And everything that comes to me because of my choices and my beliefs and what I believe will happen. So anything that doesn't allow you to have ease with this process, can we throw that in the violet flame? Allowing yourself to just be with the possibility that everything can have ease and joy, magic and miracles. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Relax. Relax into the process. Relax into the knowing. Many people on this planet will not awaken in this lifetime. So your choice to be awake, to ascend, invites others to that as a possibility, not from an attachment, from a here's what's possible. What would you like to choose? And if you live a life of ease and joy and abundance and trust in the universe, what an amazing gift that is and contribution that is to the world. Because it shows them it's what's possible. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. invitation can you acknowledge yourself for that you already are? Are you willing to acknowledge your greatness, to acknowledge your brilliance? Some of you are great at making people laugh. That is a gift. Some of you are great at talking to the dead. That is a gift. Some of you are very intuitive and psychic. That is a gift. Some of you are really good at getting stuff done. That's a gift. For every being has a place in this tapestry called life. Every being is part of this beautiful mosaic of Source. You are part of this beautiful being. You are a beautiful being. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Then begin to become aware of your body once again. Letting go of anything else that you'd like to let go of. Maybe rubbing your hands together or your feet on the floor. Slowly opening your eyes and bringing that energy of trust and peace forward with you now. Thank you, beautiful souls, for being here. Thank you for being you. Just a reminder, just have immense compassion for yourself during this time, whatever it is you might be going through. And just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and keep taking 2 steps and you'll get there. See you next week. Have a great day.